Welcome to Shiko, Beyond the Dot, where we challenge expectations, break barriers, and explore how women and the world are redefining leadership, careers, and equality. I'm your host, Shreya, and today we are diving deep into something painfully personal, something that shaped who I am and how I see myself: the beauty trap. Growing up in North India with bronze skin was a constant reminder that I didn't fit the mold. My mother, beautiful, fair skinned, and a complexion that was admired by everyone. And then there was me, darker, different. At school, classmates would ask, "Are you adopted?" Because how could a girl with my skin tone come from a mother who looked like that? I used to laugh it off, pretend it didn't bother me. But inside, it did hurt. It hurt because I didn't have an answer. That was until ninth grade biology. I still remember the lesson: F1, F2 genetics, heredity, and how skin tone, body size, eye color can come from two or even three generations above you. It was a light bulb moment. Finally, I had a scientific explanation for why I looked the way I did. But the explanation didn't change the way I felt. You see, knowledge doesn't erase pain, and understanding genetics didn't make me feel any more beautiful. I still felt less than, less pretty, less worthy. I spent years trying to change my skin. Not because I hated myself, but because I wanted to be loved. I wanted to belong. And that's what this beauty trap does to us. It convinces us that we need to be fixed, that we are not enough as we are. It convinces us that beauty is a condition for acceptance. The societal obsession with fair skin isn't just a personal anecdote, it's a widespread issue. Studies have shown that in India, there is a significant preference for lighter skin tones, which has been linked to various socio-economic advantages. This bias manifests in various sectors, including employment and marriage, where lighter skin is often unjustly associated with superior qualities. But this issue isn't confined to India. Globally, body shaming and dissatisfaction with one's appearance are pervasive. Research indicates that more than 50% of adults from countries like the US, UK, Australia, France, and Germany have reported experiencing weight stigma. This statistic underscores a global culture that profits from our insecurities, pushing products and treatments that promise to align us with societal ideas. Here's what I've realized: the beauty industry is designed to profit from our insecurities. It sets standards that are impossible to reach and then sells us solution. Think about it. In a country where fairness creams are still a $1 billion industry, where matrimonial ads still say seeking a fair skinned bride, how are we supposed to feel good about ourselves? It's everywhere. The standards might be different, but the message is the same: you are not enough. I used to believe that lighter skin meant being prettier, being loved more, being accepted. And I was willing to do whatever it took to get there. But here's the truth: no chemical peel, no fairness cream, no beauty product could fix what was inside. Because the problem wasn't my skin, the problem was the way society made me see myself. About 84% of women experience body dissatisfaction, often discerning to be thinner than they actually are. This dissatisfaction is not limited to women. About 30% of men also report discontent with their bodies, primarily wishing to be more muscular. These statistics highlight a global issue where both men and women are subjected to unrealistic and harmful beauty standards. It took me years to unlearn this, to realize that beauty is not a shade card. It's not a dress size or a wrinkle free face. Beauty is in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you love. And most importantly, beauty is in your story. Every struggle, every scar, every triumph. I'm still learning to love my skin, my story, and I know some of you are too. Embracing our authentic selves is a powerful act of resistance against a system designed to profit from our insecurities. It is essential to celebrate diversity in appearance and recognize that true beauty lies in individuality. By shifting the focus from external validation to internal acceptance, we can begin to dismantle the beauty trap. If you're listening to this and if you've ever felt you're not enough, if you have ever stood in front of the mirror and wished you looked different, Or if you have ever believed that you need fixing, I want you to know you're not alone. We have all been there. We have all felt that pain, and it's okay. But let's not stay there. Let's not give society the power to define our worth. Let's not give these industries the power to profit from our pain. If this episode resonates with you, and if you know someone who needs to hear this today, share it with them. Let's keep this conversation going because the more we talk about it, the more we break the cycle. The more we love ourselves, the less power they have over us. Thank you for joining me today on Shiko. Remember, you're more than enough, you are beautiful, you are worthy, and no one gets to tell you otherwise. Until next time.